Hey everybody, we're here for a new episode of RLG Cast Reviews. Today we're talking about Superman by James Gunn. I'm here with Putty the Puttyman. He hasn't been here for a while, but he's back and he's going to give you all of his thoughts on why he thought Ironheart was a 7. And I'm here with JD the Donut Man and he's going to tell you why donuts are bad for you.
And there's Superman right there.
You could check out their stuff in the description below and Putty is going to tell us what Superman is about.
This is the reboot of the DCU, even though the reboot, I said this in my other video, but screw it, I'm saying it here.
Hmm.
Even though the real reboot happened in the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, but this is technically the reboot of the DCU with Superman, the flagship, kind of like Fantastic Four and the Marvel, which we'll get into that, I guarantee you, weeks from now. Anyway, but this is a brand new Superman. I'm about to say
Super Mario movie.
Super Mario movie.
A Superman movie that's just connecting
Nicholas
universe.
Holt is Luigi.
Yeah,
Nice.
they threw us all into the fire when it came to this movie. They basically said, "Listen, we know you're aware of it. Come enjoy the movie." And that is what Superman is. It is a new revamping, rebirthing of Superman and his conquest to save Metropolis, but those that want to stop him, whether they be good or bad.
That was a
I
lot
mean,
better than I expected it to be. So we'll go no spoilers. I don't really think this movie has any spoilers, but we'll go no spoilers,
it
and then
does. I
it's more
until I
Easter
realized later.
eggs. It's
Yeah.
more
Yeah,
Easter
exactly.
eggs.
Yeah.
We'll go no spoilers. We'll have a quick discussion, then we'll talk spoilers, and we'll tell you we're gonna keep it short, but it's probably gonna be about 2.5 hours.
So,
hmm
so I can ask a quick question. If they were
No,
in the trailer, are they okay to talk about in the spoiler-free review?
I mean if it's in in the trailer,
It's a
I'm pretty
trailer,
sure it's
yeah.
okay.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay.
So anyways, Batman's in this movie, and okay, so no.
Yeah.
Um,
Our
I was like,
first
wait, which
look,
one
our
is?
first look at Lobo, as Jason Momoa as Lobo.
I was hoping, to be honest with you, I was hoping there'd be end credits where they're like, "How'd
well, the
your
end
planet
credits
die?" I don't
sucked.
know.
We
Yeah,
won't
the end
talk
credits.
about what
Oh,
happens yet, but
we'll talk about that. I mean, honestly, the only thing, and I said this in my review, the only thing that was the shine for this from movie. I mean, going wrong, it's a good movie. I'm not trying to down it. I love this movie, but you know who the star of this movie is, and it's not even Superman.
you're gonna say
It is
crypto.
no Crypto. Oh God, if you watch my review, I actually downfall Crypto, and I'll tell you that in a second.
I actually enjoyed
Nathan,
Mr. Terrific.
well, yeah, that's the second one I like. But Nathan's filling in as Guy Gardner. Oh, I'm so glad this happened. This was amazing. It was funny. Like every scene he was in, he stole. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm
He
wrong.
was good,
He was
but
really good.
definitely
Yeah.
Mr. Terrific was the best part of this movie.
Yeah.
Well, I like Mr.
I,
Terrific, I do, but
yeah,
I
he
still
was,
like Guy
and
Gardner better.
he's like a side character nobody even thought of. Like,
No, but see, it's funny. Crypto. I know, and I said this before. I know Crypto is there for the kids and everything. Like that first joke. That again, this was in a clip, so this is no spoilers. Where the dog is jumping on Superman while he's injured. That
that's
was
the
funny
opening
at
scene of the
first.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. But then this it better than, and I'm sure kids are going like, he did it again. I'm like, stop it. It's not funny anymore. And the joke is dead. And I get it for the kids. My thing with this movie is it's good, it's fun, it's an entertaining movie. The thing is there's a lot of things I feel pushed and it loses its charm like Guardians of the Galaxy does. Like I feel like the camaraderie doesn't feel as connected as what Guardians did. I feel like later on when he does like maybe the Green Lantern Corps and all those, he's gonna know how to work with those perfectly. You know what I mean? Ensemble cast he's good with. When it comes solo, I've noticed he's not that good. And I feel like that's where the flaw is gonna be is when he makes solo movies, he's got to force an ensemble cast. And when it's forced, you can tell. Am I right or wrong? I mean, that's how I feel about this movie. It's good, but I feel like the ensemble cast situation was way more forced than Guardians or the Suicide Squad.
I
So,
I mean, yeah, in a sense, I think the first half of this movie is really strong and it sets
hmm
everything up,
hmm
and then it fell back into exactly the problem that we have without spoilers. It falls back into the Zack Snyder trap where the second half is just a big clunky fight scene
Mess.
that goes
Yeah.
forever. And there are good and bad things out of it, right? But I mean, it is what it is. Like,
The
what are
only
you gonna
thing
do
that's
about
not
that?
Zack Snyder-esque is it redeems itself a little bit in the third act, whereas Zack Snyder
yeah.
movies in the third act is just poo.
Well, the other thing too is when I saw the trailer, I've been watching these trailers, and I do this when it comes to any movie I'm excited for. I actually because like, I'm not going to see Fantastic Four, and I'm not going to see it in 3D. Like when I see 3D now, I'm like I want it to be special because 3D has gotten boring to me. So I saw the trailer and I said, okay, let's give this one a try in 3D. I honestly think the 3D did it better, and the reason I say that is because there is a lot of setups for a lot of great scenes for things to pop out, but there's also 3D now is more like a diorama feel when it comes to stuff. It gives you distance. So there's one point where there's snow cap, and then you see a crypto running in. That snow cap, that scene was beautiful in 3D. Like, so this movie feels good. If you're gonna go see it with family,
No,
I
I
say see it in
think
3D if you can.
visually it's pretty strong. Like for the
Yeah.
amount of CGI they use in this, which is like more than we've seen in a long time in a movie. There's like no practical effects in this.
Yep,
Yeah.
Um,
yep.
it's pretty well done. I really like Jimmy Olsen. I like the relationship Clark
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
Superman have with all the people. I thought I kept saying Perry Mason today, which is hilarious.
Perry White.
I
Wendell
think
Wendell Pierce was
yeah,
fantastic.
I thought he was really he was perfect.
Like with the cigar and everything. Like he was
And how he
he
just
was
did
kept
great,
like
yeah.
saying, "Don't." He's like, "I told you to call me Chief," and then at the end, he's like, "I told you to call me
call me
Perry."
Perry. All right, Chief.
I think that like the Jimmy Olsen stuff was really good. There's a lot of
Yeah,
good
really good,
comedy in
yeah.
here, throughout. One of the best jokes being, uh, how does everybody know his identity? We're fellow men of cloth, men
We're
of
men of the
cloth.
cloth.
Yeah, that's
and, and the great thing too is he continues on, so it's like, so you know Clark? I didn't even say his name. He literally just spouts out and tells his
yeah. I think
secret
Guy
identity
Gardner
to
was
her.
good. I agree.
Yeah.
Like
I love
I think
Gardner.
the comedy hits in this movie. That's what's good. It's a little too comedic.
Yeah.
I think the heart moments are there. I think the dialogue is really strong. In the early parts, there's a lot of really good back and forth moments between Clark and Lois.
Oh,
That scene with
that
the
one.
interview was fantastic, where
Oh,
they're
that
doing
was
the
probably the
interview in
best
the
scene.
apartment.
Even later when he says "I love you,"
Yeah.
that speech they have
Yeah,
before he
I
flies
love
out the
you too,
window,
but
it's like it
well, and I
works.
well, she did where it was he didn't even give her the chance to say it back. He said it
But
and he
he
left.
that whole like speech was like it was a
Yeah.
build up,
Yeah.
and
but I also want to say this real quick while we're talking about that interview situation. I think the problem I had with this is that interview was such an amazing scene that it carried so much weight to it that when we got into the later scenes, like you said before, it starts off so great that later scenes don't have that weight to it, and you need more weight at the end of the
no,
movie
and
than
it
you need in the beginning
tonally
of the movie.
shifts.
Yeah.
Like I
Mind you,
like
the
the,
speech he gave to Lex at the end about being human, that one was good too.
yes,
That was good, yeah.
and I think his naive decisions is very Superman. The way that
Yeah.
he just brashly does things sometimes and then realizes that what he did was stupid and he shouldn't have done that. Like sometimes how he rushes in to do stuff, like when he breaks into Alex's office
Yeah.
and yells at him about the dog. And it's like he realizes later, like, I shouldn't have been doing these things. And we're not going to
Yep.
go too much because I
And
think
he's
we're
only
getting
what?
close to
He's only
spoilering.
what, 2 to 3 years? Like this movie only takes place like within a couple years of him
3 years.
becoming
It
three
says
years
3 years. So everything was three. It
And
was 30
yeah.
centuries, blah, 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 3 centuries. And
Yeah.
then,
but
yeah.
Nicholas Holt as Lex Luthor, I thought was amazing, honestly. I think he's a really good Lex Luthor. I
I
actually think
thought he
he's a
was
better
great.
Lex Luthor than
Yeah.
Beast. I think he's better that Lex Luthor than he ever is Beast, to be
I
honest with
think the
you.
girl, the engineer, whatever her name was lame.
Hmm.
I think that kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
took away from some of the stuff. I also thought that I really liked Hawk Girl. That was
Really?
surprisingly a
Yeah.
good choice. What do you mean, really? What did you see from her that was
I
bad?
but there wasn't much
Putty
for
was
me.
like,
Like maybe she
hot
would have.
girl, angry.
No, no, no. I actually don't. It wasn't a matter of that. I actually did not like. I like the Hawk Girl honestly from, and I know it's gonna get me killed, but from Black Adam better than this one. And I know that's horrible to say, but I mean,
There
I
was
didn't
no
feel
Hawk Girl in Black Adam.
It was Hawkman.
the other. Oh, it was Hawkman. Okay, never mind. Yeah, my bad. My bad. My bad.
When he was
For some reason,
great, he was amazing. He's like
yeah,
the best part of that movie. Him
yeah, yeah,
and
exactly. But anyway,
Mark Strong
Pierce
was good.
Brosnan.
Yeah,
but
Pierce
I mean,
Brosnan.
I'm sure she's going to be better at this and everything. But she didn't have much in there, and so the parts that were good with her was with those scenes like with Guy Gardner and all that stuff. I really enjoyed that, but she didn't hold much weight to me. Hopefully I'll see better about her,
Yeah,
but for me it wasn't much.
I think the better version of Hawk Girl was in Moon Knight. Whatever that girl's name was, because it
The
had
Scarlet
like this.
Scarab or whatever.
Yeah, it had similar vibes. The only thing I didn't like about her was that stupid hawk noise she kept making all the time, and it happened too often. Every
The
time she did
ee!
something, yeah. Um,
Uh,
it's the second half of the movie is clunky,
Yeah.
and
mhm.
I don't see the people like praising this movie. Like I don't really get it, and I also don't understand the people giving it like 3 and 4 out of 10. Like there's no
No.
way this movie from
It's-
start to finish is entertaining. I never
Yeah.
felt bored once watching this movie.
Yeah. The
That's
2
why I-
hours
that's-
just flew by.
That's why I gave it 3.5 stars.
Haha,
I'm doing
no
a star
pun
system.
intended.
Yeah, right. But the thing is like this was a good movie. It wasn't the best movie, but this is a good way to start the DC. Now,
Yeah,
the DCU. Now, I will say this though, I was hoping it would be their Iron Man. But you know what? If you come and bring this ensemble cast with Green Lantern good, if you gave us that Clayface movie that's going to be like rated R dark, then I see this going good because I'm already excited for Peacemaker based on the things, and of course we'll get into that later if you know what I mean. But I like some of the stuff he does. Honestly, I feel like when I notice stuff, James Gunn was good before when it comes to like the soft spoken, heartwarming stuff. But he's getting better when it comes to the more mature content in my eyes. You know what I mean? And I think that's where his
yeah.
focus is
It
going to be really good at.
the adult spots in here didn't feel frivolous. He
Yeah.
didn't feel like he was forcing to drop an F bomb and say shit all the time. They
No,
say
it's
shit
like
once, and it's like
they
the
say it. They
music
say it a
wasn't
few.
overdone.
No, but they say it a few times. But it's just the way people talk. It's just in
Yeah,
conversation, so it
Yeah.
and it
worked.
wasn't just a huge music video of songs.
Yeah.
They were
Hmm.
well placed, and I thought it was less eclectic than a normal James Gunn movie. And I think a lot of people don't realize this, and I think you really have to be of that time to
Hmm.
understand like some of the nuance of this movie. Like, not to say that it's like too smart for people, but like if you didn't watch the animated series, a lot of this stuff will go over your head because a lot of it's directly pulled from the animated
Hmm.
series, and like
The Creature Commandos too.
a lot of people
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
upset about the storyline with the parents, but people don't know that the John Byrne Man of Steel comic, that's where they changed the continuity to be this storyline. So it's a
Yeah.
combination of the animated series and the Man of Steel comic from the 80s.
And
Yeah.
there was small things that when I was watching the movie, I didn't realize that it pushed me to that part of like, oh, that's cool. For example, one of the reviewers out there actually stated if you watch the scene where he's fighting the because it's in the trailer where he's fighting the what do you call them? The big guys, they're like King Kong. What do they call those?
The
The kaiju.
Kaiju's.
Kaiju. When he's fighting the kaiju, you actually see him fly up, and they make it to where the camera's like, "Oh, I didn't." It pans up like afterwards, like I couldn't keep up with Superman as he flew away, and little things like that that I didn't see, but I remember that moment so vividly, but not the
Yeah.
camera part. And I'm like, why did I
Yeah.
remember it? And it's little things like that, and I think that's why the tooth breaking out, those little scenes really help capture great moments in these
Yeah.
Even
movies
that scene
that
where
people
he's
may
in
not
the
notice.
stadium, like the camera's difficult
Yes.
catching
I
up to
love
the.
the
Yeah.
camera angles. You felt the velocity, like the way that he flies.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people complained about that, but it made me feel like I was like the one part where he's upset and
There.
he's trying to fly fast and he's picking up so much speed and it just keeps going and it's like
Yeah.
And it feels like you're staying there with your cell phone and going, "Oh, did I just capture that?" Like it gives it that moment, like I'm right there. And they did it. Gunn did a great job. He understands
One of the great
how
scene is
speed.
that Mr. Terrific can't fly, so he's holding on to Crypto.
yeah, you know what? There's the stuff that I want to just talk about, though, negatives.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like a
Yeah.
lot of the crowd scenes, these secondary actors and their small parts were
Yeah.
really poorly done. Um,
Yeah.
People don't seem to understand how to make decisions. Like, they just
Mm,
exist. And I thought the kissing scenes, like, it's funny because someone was
They looked
mentioning today
awkward,
in India,
yeah.
they removed all the kissing scenes out of the movie. So those are
especially
all
the
just
final
out.
scene where he's.
But like in the apartment at the beginning, like why did we have to watch them kiss for like a minute straight nonstop? Like it's weird. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, or is there going to be a sex scene now? Because it was
Yeah.
like it felt completely unnecessary. I'm not saying it made it feel unrealistic or not because people
Yeah.
kiss in real life, but in the type of movie we're watching, why is that happening?
Yeah.
So we'll get into spoilers. There's one point, and it's part of the spoilers, and that's the last kiss. That scene, I was expecting something different that I'll lead into when we go into spoilers and everything. But like it felt so awkward. I'm like, I would rather have been awkward than what happened. And I'll explain what I mean when it gets there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
Yeah. I don't know. I think it was a pretty fun movie. I give it a 7.5 out of 10.
oh, that,
No,
I
I'm
was
right
gonna
there
do
too.
seven.
It's a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's funny. That's why I gave it 3.5 stars. I felt like it's like equivalent of 7.5 out of
Yeah, well,
10.
if you're doing a 5-star rating, you can't really give 7.5, so that's like as close as you could get,
Yeah.
really.
It's gonna
Um,
Yeah,
be 3 3/4.
yeah.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
anyways, that's the score. If you just came for us to just talk about nonsense, you got it.
Hmm.
Now we're gonna go into spoilers. 3, 2, 1, and
So
Peacemaker.
okay, well, so yeah, the Peacemaker thing, I was happy to see that, and I'm glad because it's going to interconnect with a new season because he
Yeah.
does go to this new dimension, which I'm fine. Play with it, let it be your own Deadpool. I feel like Peacemaker is going to be their own Deadpool in that way. You know what I mean? Tell me I'm wrong, but it kind of feels like it. But
I don't
anyway,
know. I couldn't see him.
oh,
Nice.
nice. But my point whole thing is like going back to the now that we're spoilers, that scene where they're finally like, can I do an interview with you, Superman? And they go back. I would rather have been awkward if she just walked around like a 10-year-old, like, hi, you know what I mean? You saved the city, like she played off of it. Instead of them just going straight into the kiss, I was like, that feels way more awkward than an awkward scene.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like there were moments like that where it feels like, and I've noticed this with a lot of filmmakers, like for example, I feel like Kevin Smith has this trouble. I felt like George Lucas has a problem where they cannot make successful love scenes or romanticizing stuff. And I feel like James Gunn has the same problem as George Lucas, where he just does not know how to play the romance when it comes to characters outside
Yeah,
of
with James
Gamora
Gunn,
and
he's very much playing like himself in that he's putting,
yeah.
because even the first scene with Thing and Gamora, with Star-Lord and
Yeah.
Gamora, was
Mhm.
extremely awkward.
But
I think
but see,
it's funny that he consulted him so much on this movie, but I find that James Gunn and Zack Snyder both have a problem. Like they've never been with a girl before, and they're just like, "You're cute. I don't know what to do. I'm 5 years old. What am I supposed to do now?"
yeah. And see, the
Like
funny thing is,
Kawaii.
but see, it's the
that's how
funny part.
everything feels. It's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
strange. And then when the kisses do happen, you're like, "Okay, what the fuck?" You're like,
But see,
"So
that's
this
the
is
funny part
weird.
you're
This is
saying.
so
That
weird."
awkward teenage first kiss kind of thing. If they would have done it in that scene at the end where she goes to interview him, if they would have gave that awkwardness, that scene would have felt way better than it already did. They literally just went in there, start kissing, and they fly up, and I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't be here because this is really like you guys don't know how you're like it's your first relationship, and it's like it feels weird.
Yeah.
And
And again, maybe
you,
that's good for
But
some.
then again, there were some scenes, like there's subtle scenes that I really enjoyed where where it's Superman sitting in that lounge chair and he's talking to Lois, and
And
just
she
Guy
sits in
Gardner's
lap,
randomly fighting that creature in the
yeah, that's what I
background.
which
was
is
talking
great.
about.
Yeah.
That dialogue scene is really strong.
Yeah, but I mean, I just like the fact that
You
Guy
have a
Gardner,
dog?
no, Gardner's in the background and he's just like fighting his
He's fighting
eyeballs.
the dimensional octopus creature in the background,
Yeah,
in the window.
Don't were
Yeah,
you out there with them? No, they got this.
they got this.
Here's the
yeah.
thing that I want to talk about with this specific scenario, okay? We see Lois's apartment at the beginning of the movie.
Mhm.
That's not Lois's apartment.
No, that's probably
Why is
Clerks.
Lois in that apartment that's not her apartment? And
Might be Clerks.
why is there a window that opens for him to fly out of the building when there's no balcony?
It's probably
Yeah,
Clerks.
exactly.
It's probably Clerks.
Yeah, but they don't
But
establish that. So
No,
to
but I'm
just
just
have
saying,
us be there in
with
this
that window
moment,
there, I just assumed it was Clerks.
but
but
that's my
either way,
point. They don't establish anything. So
Yeah.
for you to just bring us here feels odd. If it was just
but
him
even if it,
alone, we could be like it's his apartment. But then like why they're in a fight? Why was she just randomly in the apartment?
Yeah, that's true.
but see, it's still, but even if this is Clark's and it's a structural setup, there is no house that's a skyscraper of any way or apartment building that's a skyscraper that has a window that opens that doesn't have some kind of
Yes,
curve
exactly.
or
That's what I'm
ledge
saying.
on
So
it.
why was
Like,
that? That's what I mean. Like and
yeah.
Lois is just like, yeah, whatever. I'm on the 47th floor with this window open. I'll just hang out here. That's cool.
I mean, it's little things like that, but it doesn't. I will say it doesn't overcloud it. Because the thing is when it comes down to it, I get where James Gunn's coming from, but the problem I always have with Superman, and I even said in my video, I love Superman, but he's just way too overpowered. Like using what's his name to make the kryptonite from his
Oh,
body, which was
Metamorpho.
yeah,
Anthony Kerrigan was
Metamorpho.
great though.
That
Yeah,
was so
I
great.
thought
Yes.
all the acting in this movie is pretty good. I
Yeah.
think it's a little too cartoonish at times, and I think the
Mhm.
general storyline of the movie, of the movie, pulls too
Yeah.
heavily from the same idea we just watched in Creature Commandos.
Well,
Like,
it's the same continuity because you have Frank Grillo playing Rick Flag Sr. again.
yeah, but it's the exact same thing. There's a country pretending not to be going to war with another country so that they can go to war with another country. And it was like, and it's two no-name countries. I mean, there's a lot of issues here, but I think just the raw entertainment value of this movie, Ultraman was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like the light.
I like the fact that they didn't reveal it right at the beginning of the movie.
No, and I like the fact that he was stronger than Superman.
Yeah.
Just
And then the
dumber.
fact that you added the engineer girl on top of it made it so like he's already can't beat this guy, and now he also has to deal with her
So,
too.
so do you think this is going to be their version of Bizarro, though?
It is.
No.
Oh, it
Yeah?
is. I think it is.
Oh, is it?
Remember, Bizarro World is a cube,
Hmm.
right? So when he was at the end of the movie, when he's being pulled into that black hole, everything is a cube that goes in.
Yeah, I think this is our Bizarro Superman, which would be great because if they aged him, but like, of course, because Superman's like mortality, then he can come in looking decrepit and it would still work for the whole idea. He's already the bizarro version of Superman. He doesn't
Yeah.
talk. He's stupid, but he's way stronger than Superman. And tell me that isn't bizarro to a T.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I honestly think this is Bizarro without telling you it's Bizarro because Ultraman is the alternate dimension of Superman, not from the same dimension.
Mhm.
Hmm. I never even thought of that.
Yeah, so I honestly think this is the Bizarro story, and I think that's why you talk about spoilers. It ties in with the final scene of the movie with Millie Alcock showing up as Supergirl.
Which I really
Which
liked that scene. I thought I
I'm
was
just
like,
happy.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
she's perfect.
yeah,
When it
Yeah,
happened.
exactly. And I love the whole crypto babysitting. Like that's a
yeah. It's
perfect
like,
introduction to
see,
both
that's
characters.
why this dog lacks discipline. It's like,
But see, that's stuff, and that makes sense to the story. But see, here's the thing. Like I said, the only thing times I'm not going back to crypto. The only good times of crypto is that first time he tackles Ken or Superman and the over by the Fortress of Solitude. Then the point where he's keeps grabbing what's his name's items, the his orbs that keep flying around. He's like, stop eating them, and he kept getting frustrated with it. And then that paid off in the later. But the problem is
yeah,
the constant tackling got boring. Now I get it. That was trying to tell a story of he's crazy and everything, and because of it being with a young girl. But I felt like it was over push just to get the kids giggling. And if we're as an adult, I usually these kind of things I'm okay with. I enjoy it. But maybe I'm just getting too old because I'm just getting really obnoxious, to be honest with you. I like crypto. I know where it's going to be selling point. It's going to be huge. Kids are going to love crypto. But for me, they should have pulled back on the crypto storyline, and I
a little
hope they
bit.
don't
Yeah, it was
push
a little
it.
too much with the crypto. Like, I
And I
think
hope and I hope they pull it back or do better when it comes to Supergirl. Because Supergirl, if she is that crazy, they can pull it off, but don't do the same repetitive joke. Make it
Yeah.
better. You have options, you know?
Crypto was every reason that I don't like dogs. Like, don't worry, my dog's fine. And like, meanwhile, it's just charging through cows and exploding them.
Well, I like that. That was actually kind of funny. Anyway.
Um, yeah, I mean, what else is there really to say here? There's a
yeah.
lot of
And
good
now we
Easter
gotta
eggs.
wait. We gotta wait another year for the next. It's Supergirl next, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe they're already done filming.
and for those
Okay.
that do watch this and didn't watch the movie, don't stick to the end credits. We see him sit down with Crypto, and I forgot what the last. Okay, wasn't the mid
The
credit
last
scene him
one.
sit with
Okay,
the?
so this is exactly why I think it's Bizarro World. That last, he's telling that the building is a little off.
Oh yeah, that was okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so that was the scene. I was wondering about that, and I'm glad you actually paid that off and everything. My
Yeah,
thing is the mid credits where there was Crypto and him are sitting there. Well, first off, isn't Crypto gone with Supergirl? Why is Crypto back over here sitting with Superman? Like
I said the
that right
same
there.
thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
like what the heck? I was like there was like I feel like it was just them saying, "Look, we made Superman with Crypto. You're welcome." And it's like, okay, cool. Are you trying to give us a wallpaper to put on our phone right now? Like, I don't know what you're trying to sell me with
That's
this
basically
mid-credit
what they
thing.
want to give you. It's like a computer, a PC wallpaper.
Yeah, and my point whole thing is like we all you knew we were gonna sit around because of Marvel. You are part of Marvel. You did the same thing when it came to plugging
My
in there. So
theater was full, and it went down to only like 10 people for the end credits. Nobody waited for it.
Yeah.
mine only had two people in it altogether. I actually got video of it. It was really dark. It was me and a couple. That's literally it. And it was on a Friday night too.
But he was part of that group.
Yeah. It's an all putty three-way.
Oh no, they were way older than me. Come on now.
It was an
Ew, you're old.
putty. Come on, man.
Way older than you is like dead.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I see
Anyway,
what
Yeah,
that's
you're older
I
than me, and I'm older than you.
sick.
yeah, exactly. But anyway, I liked it. I feel like there was a lot of characters that were really good. I feel like it's a good start. Is it the greatest start? No. But does it give us opportunity for good things? I feel like what needs to happen now, you've introduced Superman,
Yeah.
you're gonna do Supergirl. Now start being more like put a lot more work into your stories and give us something that you're not trying to say, oh, it's got to be exactly like this
Yeah,
because it was in the
this
Yeah.
comic
movie
books.
was
No.
more of a universe establishing movie. So
Mhm.
now we
Yeah.
understand like what's going on, who's the main characters, like we get it,
Yeah. There's going to
Which
be a
now
Green Lantern core TV series, right?
allegedly.
Yeah.
But right now, if the new season of Peacemaker comes out, it does connect to the Superman movie, which is going to be the only way the DCEU bridges with the DCU. I hope I got that right.
I think Amanda Waller is going to be the only character that comes over because technically
Yeah.
Peacemaker is from the James Gunn universe.
Right, but he's still. But remember, the whole thing happened in the first season of Peacemaker, where he meets
Yes,
the
and didn't you
original
hear what they
Grizzly.
said? That it was him hallucinating.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean they show in the trailer for Peacemaker 2 that he goes into another universe with another Peacemaker, and I think that's what they're doing.
It could be.
Yeah,
We'll see. We'll have to wait a month for that.
Yeah,
in
that'll probably
August.
be good. The last season was pretty solid.
It was decent.
Except for the theme song, one of the worst songs of all
Yeah.
time.
Boo! I
Literally,
love that theme song.
Rat.
nobody loved.
Appar
The band doesn't
I
even
don't
like that
care.
song.
I care. I
Apparently they
loved
got
it.
a new theme song for season
Okay,
2.
good. Thank God. Do you really wanna? Do you
Wow.
really wanna?
We must be. Dun it, dun it. I'm sorry. I loved it. No,
No,
I don't care.
I was
You're an
never a
I don't
awful
fan
care.
of Rat.
person. Okay,
I
I
was
so
love
never a fan of. I
Cinderella.
prefer Cinderella. Cinderella
nobody
were
was a
much
fan of
better.
either of them.
Oh no, Cinderella's still a better band.
LA
I'm saying I
Guns,
just like that song. I just like that
Say,
song.
listen,
That's the only
everyone
Warrant,
song
be
they're good.
quiet.
as we name off 80s heavy metal
It's
bands.
enough. Hey, Putty, explain your 7 for Ironheart.
Really again? Okay, so they're
No,
getting
we're
on me
joking.
because
Don't explain
okay,
anything.
so
No, we know.
So, anyways, we're talking about DC's Superman here. I think David Cornsweet was a great Superman.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think Rachel
I think he's
Brosnahan was a
okay.
great Lois Lane.
I
I
think she's
think everyone
okay.
who complained about this before the movie came out is you all look like clowns now.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
The whol cast was
And
good, really.
Nathan Fillion needs to be a better part of the
Even
It will
Bradley
be.
Green
Cooper.
Lantern story.
Bradley Cooper was Jor-El.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
The
it's
uh
okay.
there was a little bit too much CGI for me. But I do think he took like the best parts of like what Zack Snyder was doing with the CGI and like the best parts of what Marvel was doing with the CGI and kind of combined them here because it
Yeah.
feels more Snydery in its aggressiveness and like destructive value, but it also is kind of has like a cartoony look to it, kind of like how
Yeah.
Marvel does, and
Well,
it kind of just flowed really
they
well.
made as much as Cavill was good as Superman, he was too dark. Superman
The
is
Because
not
dark
a
take,
dark.
the dark take doesn't even bother me. It's
it
just
doesn't either.
Zack Snyder's writing is just awful.
Yeah. But I
See, as
just
far
I
as Henry
just
Cavill, I still
Superman is
like the
supposed
super.
to be this lighthearted, full of hope, full of energy. Like,
I'm okay with a different
yeah.
take. It just the
Yeah,
writing has to be good for it.
yeah, because I still like Henry Cavill's Superman just his Superman better. I'm not saying Man of Steel ever will be better than this. This is better than Man of Steel. But my point is, I actually like Henry Cavill's Superman still better. I'm hoping this new guy rubs on me. I called him in my
You
review.
hope this
I
new guy
couldn't say his
rubs
name.
on you?
Well, okay,
Mm.
see now that works because the thing is, in my last bit, in my actual review, I couldn't pronounce his name, so I was
David
calling him
Corn
Corn
Sweat.
Sweat. Yeah, I was
Corn
calling him
Sweat.
Corn Sweat. Yeah, is that
Corn
exactly how I
Sweaty.
pronounce it?
Corn Sweat. Isn't it? Corn
It's
Sweat.
corn. That's how I'm
Yeah,
pronouncing it, but I don't
corn
know if
sweat.
that's how you do it.
Corn
If
Sweat.
not, then we need to show corn sweat
Not
everywhere. That's
corn
like a.
sweat.
Corn,
Sweat.
corn, corn,
Well,
corn,
I said corn sweat,
corn hub.
corn hub,
Corn on the cob.
That's
hub
it.
sweat.
Anyways, this movie was pretty good. Go watch it. That's all we have
Hmm.
time for. And do 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 do.
Do.
Do do.